January 2024. I don't know what your New Year resolution is, but mine is to spending or looking forward to spending more time with you. And of course, we can only do that here on Constituency Connect, while you join us every Tuesday from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. here on your favorite television, Pan-African Television. My name Ivy Abnadide Nakite. Let me remind you that as usual, we are streaming live on Facebook at Pan-African Television. We are also live on YouTube at Pan-African Television. Do well joining the conversation by sending your thoughts, your contribution via those pages. Facebook, Pan-African Television, YouTube at Pan-African Television. And of course, we'll be displaying our text messages and WhatsApp line on the screen so that you can as well join us there by sending in your thoughts and your comment. And trust me, believe you me, I'll find time and read it loud and clear for you. Now let me thank Afrique Clothings for my beautiful outfit. It's a top and skirt actually. I wish I could stand and turn around for you, but hey, I'll do that later. I'll do that later. They are located at Dome Pillar 2 opposite Bremerland Paradise Hotel. And so call them. You can call them on all social media platforms at Afrique Clothings. They deal in both men and women clothing, and they'll make something beautiful for you. Thank you so much once again for choosing to stay with us. Well, we do know that on the 27th of this month, the New Patriotic Party delegates are going to the polls to select their representatives to represent them or constituents in parliament come next year 2025. But actually we know that it's going to be held, the main election is going to be held in December 2024, which is this year. It's just around the corner. So soon, 4 years is almost here. I mean, it's surprising. Well, they are going to the polls, and so today our conversation is going to be based or focused on the upcoming polls, where the delegates are going to the polls to elect their representatives or parliamentary candidates, PCs, to represent their party come 2024 general elections. Meanwhile, our conversation, we are focusing on the Anyaso Utium constituency, where Dr. Adomaku Kisi is their member of parliament. He'll be joining us, and we are going to have questions and answers from you. And then answers from Dr. Adomaku Kisi. And so if you are a constituent of Sowutium constituency and you are watching us live here, please start drafting your questions for your honorable member of parliament, Dr. Adomaku Kisi, and I bet you he's going to reply all of your questions. Also on the show this evening, Musa Dankwa, he is a global info analytics. He is going to join us via phone call. Of course, as I intimated earlier, we're talking about the NPP's delegates elections coming 27th of January this month, and also later on in the show we are going to have Dr. Titus Bayu. He is the NDC parliamentary candidate for Lambusi constituency. Yes, and his contender is Bright Baligi. And so today's show, I promise, believe you me, is packed. It's packed as you know, and so don't touch the channel. Just stay tuned to your television set while we go for this quick commercial break. And when we are back, the show begins. To stay. For choosing to stay with us. If you're just tuning in, you haven't missed anything. Actually, the show just got started. This is Constituency Connect on Pan-African Television. My name, Ivy Abnadide Nakite, live across 46 African countries and some parts of Europe. I didn't mention earlier that we are streaming, or we are live at our Kwame Nkrumah studio here at Abelempe, my favorite studio. Yes, Abelempe, number 48, Swanika Street, Accra, Ghana. Constituency Connect is live, and this evening we are focusing on the Anyaso Utium constituency. Now, we had a conversation with the Member of Parliament for the constituency, and we spoke about his journey so far since he became, or since his tenure as Member of Parliament representing the Anyaso Utium constituency. So let's go and let's hear Honorable Adomako Kisi out about his tough, or how tough this primaries will be, and also his journey so far.
So as we were talking before, this would be preliminary to the primaries, which is on the 27th of this month. And if I say it's been easy, I'll be lying to you. It's a tough one. For me, we are two people contending, and that makes it quite tight. And it makes you have to work extra because it's a head-on collusion. But if I would share some things, I think
Dr. Adomako Kisi also touched on his achievements with regards to the road sector in the constituency, and we had a conversation with him, and this is what he had to say.
That over the past 3 years, I've run over 10 programs which have been very impactful. First on the list of things was my engagement with governmental agencies, where I brought Ghana Water Corporation, I brought Fire Service, to just name a few. And more importantly, it was an engagement with the Road Ministry. And fortunately for us, the Deputy Road Minister, Jalula, graced the occasion with directors from Roads and Highway. And we gave the constituents an opportunity to, as it is, have a one-on-one with the Road Ministry in terms of their needs, in terms of the concerns that they have, in terms of also Road Ministry letting us know roads that were going to be attended to during this tenure. And I think it was one of the most profound moments where people could, tell Road Ministry their frustration about our roads and drains. And I think that it is one thing asking your Member of Parliament to go and lobby for roads. And it's another thing when he actually brings the entire ministry to your doorstep for you to then also have the engagement. And I think that it was a very remarkable program, especially because I brought them home. And we added drone pictures and videos of the area and some of the roads that we have that are quite bad, so that the Road Ministry could appreciate our challenges without necessarily doing a tour. But out of that, I think that the benefit of it all was the fact that we got Road Minister himself to visit us, and when Road Minister visited us, he also had the opportunity to see 3 main roads in our constituency. 1, the road leading up to the municipal. 2, Agape. So we got Road Ministry to come, and unfortunately, subsequent to that, the Minister of Roads came himself with, at the time, Deputy Minister Mavis Nkansa, and out of that, we've had some very remarkable addition in terms of our road network, and I'm very hopeful that by the end of this year, the Kwashibu Road and Agape and also Onyinase will be attended to, just to name a few. So as we were talking before, this will be preliminary to the primaries, which is on the 27th of this month. But if I would share some things. I think that over the past...
Kisi was also very proud of his educational and career fairs, which has impacted positively in the constituency.
We have education and then career fair, which I also did, which was a very successful program, bringing over 25 enterprises to Pentecost University for them to engage with our students and then also engage with people who are looking for internship, national service, and then job opportunities. And I felt that the true benefit of that was the fact that human resource personnel who sometimes are difficult to reach were brought to the doorstep of my constituents, and they had the opportunity to engage, form relationships and network. And then more importantly, the HR bosses also came to appreciate this university, Pentecost University, which is in my constituency. And that way, if you send your CV, at least they wouldn't be wondering which school is that and all that kind of stuff. So I think it was a huge plus, an eye-opener for those looking for jobs, and then also an eye-opener for the employers, the likes of FBN Bank, the likes of EcoBank, the likes of GCB, and I thought it was fantastic. And I think subsequent to that, GCB has also gone, been on campus, and now they have ATM, service on campus for the students. So something has come out of our career.
Adumaku Kisi, we are still focusing on the Anyasotium constituency, and so far he's told us about some of his projects with regards to road network in the constituency. Well, we all know that he is a medical practitioner, a medical doctor. He's been able to lobby to bring one of the Agenda 111 initiative in his constituency, and he talks about it.
Beyond that too, I've always been doing this yearly health screening and time with the kids, which I think has been very fantastic. I think December 29th was one that we did at Antieku. Last year was at Awoshi. And this is always fascinating. And within this year alone, I've been running a program for hepatitis B, where I provide free immunoglobulin for people who are pregnant to help resolve, prevent, and end the transmission of hepatitis B from mother to child through breastfeeding. Now, the key thing is it's quite expensive. You spend almost 1,000 Ghana for that treatment, and I've been offering it for my constituents who are in need of it for free at no cost. I've actually even extended it to Rage Hospital. I gave them a number of vials for free, and there are other facilities who come from far away to enjoy this opportunity. Beyond that, we are blessed with one of the Agenda 111s in our constituency, and this will be the biggest, and let me repeat that, the biggest employer in my constituency when it is completed. And I'm expecting that the ancillary services, the taxi drivers, the people who cook food by the hospital will also be a source of employment. And I'm anticipating that we'll have a taxi rank there, which also, taxi ranks come with all kinds of watches selling.
Unemployment is a very worrying situation in the country. I mean, it's a national problem, and so Honorable Adumaku Kisi told us about some of the job opportunities is given to some of the youth in his constituency.
That helping people get into service, the security services, has been one of the things, and we do our possible best to make the recommendations, though they go through the rigor of selection by the state. We do some recommendations, and I think that some people have gone through that. And I started off also with a program, a localized version of fire service, where I trained close to 250 youth in the tenets of fire service, in the tenets of fire prevention. And based on that, their exposure and new liking for fire service and the security services, some of the trainees are now doing fire service, police, and army, and things like that. So it became a stepping stone for some of our youth. And out of that, I'm happy that they are excelling in their field or chosen field. Just yesterday, I also met a nurse who actually had gone through that and has been benefiting from also her experience now in nursing. So she can be the most appropriate emergency response person you can have. So these are some of the continuing programs that I run. Now, with regards to the basics.
Well, delegates of the New Patriotic Party are heading to the polls come January 27th to select their parliamentary candidates to represent the party in parliament come December general elections. And with over 1,450 delegates in the Anyanso, this is what Honorable Adumaku Kisi Dixon has promised them.
I stand a much greater choice and chance. The good thing is that the NDC candidate has already been selected, and he's the same person I matched the last time, and I believe that the basics. I have told my delegates that for me, if you maintain me, I'm going to work hard and make sure that all my delegates are maintained. It's very important. I mean, other jurisdictions or even here, we hold elections on them almost all the time. But this time, I'm telling them that once I'm asking you to maintain me, I'll also do everything needful so that you will not be voted for unless maybe you are too aged and needs to be replaced with your own children or something of that sort, or if you are traveling outside the country, or if you've gone beyond the veil, then we do a replacement. So that's one of the things I'm telling them. And then I've also decided that it will be very important that we hold a lot more training of our delegates so that their key and core mandate of helping make our work easy, all of us politicians easy, by showcasing the good works of the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the Excellency Mahmoud Bawumia, so that there will be foot soldiers and real foot soldiers who are not just waiting for elections, but rather going out there to tell the rest of the world all the good things that the NPP has done. So we need to work on transforming able delegates into very good communicators so that they can communicate on behalf of the party. Because I think right now, our challenges are our ability to let people understand and see the vision of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, which has been quite powerful. And I think that unfortunately, a lot of Ghanaians prefer not to say good things when they know it is good. And I think that culture, that attitude needs a bit of changing. So I'm engaging them. And I also think that
well, now, last 4 years, Honorable garnered over 30,000 votes margin against his opponent from the main opposition party, which is the National Democratic Congress. Now, Honorable Adumaku Kisi so far is saying that he has worked tirelessly to win the love and interest of constituents of Anyanso constituency.
I stand a much greater choice and chance. The good thing is that the NDC candidate has already been selected, and he's the same person I matched the last time. And I believe that we garnered over 30,000 gap between myself and him. And if I've been sleeping even this past 3 years, those 30,000 votes cannot just disappear. It'll be very shocking. And I think that it is always better to go to battle with an experienced hand. And I'm sure people in sports can appreciate this. If you have an experienced hand, the game is played different. The game is played better. Even if there are injuries and mistakes, it will not be as bad as somebody with no experience. And as it stands now, the 8th Parliament has been rigorous. All kinds of things have gone into the 8th Parliament. And by virtue of that, it is important that we present for 2024, which is going to be tough. A candidate who has the credibility, a candidate that has touched many lives in this community by virtue of the work that I've been doing for the community for several years. And you see, the thing is that my kind of work is not just a buy and sell. This is actually a service. You get into people, you assist people in so many ways, and the interventions we give them are life-saving, very life-saving, and we've touched many homes in this community. So I think I stand a greater chance of securing and maintaining the seat. And in addition, I mean, I've been a media person. Many poor people have seen me. Many more people can attest to knowing my contributions to the party, in defending the party all these times. And I think that for the polling station executives, a candidate that they can present, and when they present, people will say, oh, we know this guy, which will then make their work even easy, is Dr. Dixon Adbahokisi. So as it stands,
Honorable Dr. Aduma Kisi spoke about his experience in the 8th Parliament of Ghana, but before that, let's go to our screen, or let's go back on the screen and look at some 5 notable MPs, members of Parliament representing the New Patriotic Party, who are not returning to Parliament. Before that, we'll be going back to the screen and look at some 5 notable members of Parliament for the New Patriotic Party who are bowing out. They're not going, or they're not returning to Parliament. And so their pictures, their years in office, and their constituency will be displayed on your television screen shortly. North 20 years, and he's currently in his 5th term. Honorable Jogate, Member of Parliament for Esikado Ketan constituency. Well, I've been in the Esikado Ketan constituency. Okay, so Honorable Jogate is also bowing out of office. He's been in 20 years in office, and currently he is also in his 5th term. Now, Honorable Kennedy Japan, the almighty Kennedy Japan, the Member of Parliament for Asin Central constituency, that's him. Five notable members of Parliament exited their office. Honorable Kennedy Japan is the Member of Parliament for Asin Central constituency. He's also been in terms for 20 years, and currently this is his 5th term. Now, finally, Honorable Joseph Osei Owusu, Member of Parliament for Bekwai constituency, 16 years, his 4th term, and he says, hey, I'm not doing this anymore. And so these are some 5 notable members of Parliament. I mean, people that all of us know that they are not returning to Parliament. Again, they are bowing out. They are exiting their office. And so that's it. Honorable Dr. Aduma constituency, and he talks about his experience so far. So let's go and then hear him out. We'll be right back.
So as it stands, I'm very hopeful, and I believe that the 27th, people will make a clear decision based on competence, based on credibility, based on history and experience, and based on the fact that my true work, which is the legislative work, which is policy assessment, analysis, and monitoring, that I'm doing to the best of my knowledge. I've sat on 4 committees so far within the space of 3 years, and namely Environment, Science and Technology, Public Account Committee, Health, and now Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. So I think I have a wealth of experience, and more importantly, in concluding, the 9th Parliament, we've already lost 18 of our men and women who are very experienced, with 28 years in Parliament, 26 years in Parliament, 20 years in Parliament. And I really think that this is not the time to field plenty inexperienced parliamentarians. It will not be to the advantage of the MPP. So anybody thinking about the MPP ought to work hard to maintain the few of us who are contested, so that the party will have a wealth, or what we call institutional memory. Very important. But if we should throw out the now experienced parliamentarians, when 18 of us have already dropped out, and if you quantify the ages all of these 18 have spent in Parliament, and the wisdom and knowledge they've acquired, and then you should be fielding next year freshers, we are doomed. Because the NDC, as it stands now, which is the next major big opposition party, they've done theirs, and the attrition rate for them were very few, about 5 or so, that are not coming back. So if we're not careful, and we enter the next election year with many freshers from the NPP that present.
I like something Honorable Aduma Kukisi said. You know that last year during the NDC primaries, according to him, they maintained almost 70% of their sitting MPs, and so they still have, or they would still have, experienced members of Parliament to face the NPP's members of Parliament come 2025. So he urged all the delegates of a New Patriotic Party to vote for the sitting MPs, because according to them, they are experienced, and they do not want any newcomer to go and face experienced, already existing members of Parliament. That would be quite challenging, and so they need to face with experienced ones as well, so that they can help the New Patriotic Party come 2024 general elections. And he also said that even if the Honorable Baumia isn't voted for, His Excellency Bawumia isn't voted for, they would still have experienced members of parliament to fight for victory come God knows when general elections. And so this is what Honorable Dr. Adumaku Kissi had to say.
We're going to war with third-year students trying to go to war with first years, and that one, it's not a fair match. So I think that in the interest of the party, in the interest of the General Secretary's, vision of breaking the eight, or even being a formidable party, whether win or lose 2024, it is in the interest of the party that our representation in Parliament should be people with, if no experience at all, some experience. And I think that Dr. Adumaku Kissi, through the years, has acquired the requisite skill and experience and exposure to be able to really match the likes of the NDC, who are very stubborn in Parliament, and I think that is also very critical, and that ought to be looked at, and I think that if not at all, the party needs to assess and retain and maintain good material like Dr. Adumaku Kissi, and I'll leave it to the constituents to make a decision. But every one of us has a way of influencing a delegate. So the constituents, I'll plead with you.
Delegates head to the polls come January 27th. This is what Dr. Adumaku Kissi, Honorable Member of Parliament for the Anyansoto constituency, had to say to his delegates.
Really judge a man. Give me a second chance. Everybody deserves a second chance, and I think that I have made some missteps, misstatements. I'm pleading for forgiveness, and trust me, I'll be very careful and very careful again before I make certain statements, which sometimes may flare up anger in people or disappointment in people. So my constituents should forgive me for sins I've committed and sins I'm yet to commit. and politics without controversy is not politics. Once you're in politics, one way or the other, you be controversial. But I also want to tell them that, listen, I'm going to work so hard for the MPP and the Vice President to make sure that we win. Because I think that he presents a new beginning, more so than JM, who we know what he's made of. He's done it before. We know all that he can do. And I don't think there'll be anything new. And of course, 4 years is never enough to really turn the tides and change things around as much as you'd wish to. So thank you, Pan African TV, for coming to see me, to just give you a few bits in terms of the way forward. And I think that the constituents can trust me. I'm a resident of this constituency. I've been here long enough, and I know the nuances. And then also one key thing, those who pushed many people out are now going back to them. The Oko boys, the Equifrees. So I don't think we need to make that mistake. Maintaining is in the interest of the party. When you maintain, you get continuity, smooth transition, things get done. You speed up. And I think that the wealth of experience acquired in the 8th Parliament is so rich and need not be truncated.
The Member of Parliament for the Anyansoto constituency, Honorable Dr. Adumaku Kissi Dixon. He has been talking about the journey so far and some initiatives instituted by his office since assuming office as the Member of Parliament for the constituency. He also spoke about other stuff. He begged his delegates to vote for him or to retain him to represent the party of the Anyansoto come 2024 general elections. Now moving on, we'll be looking at some 25 unopposed members of parliament for the New Patriotic Party. There are unopposed MPs, and we'll be looking at the regional breakdown. I'm sure we'll begin with the Greater Accra. Patrick Yabuama is the member of parliament for Okaikwe Central constituency, and Lydia Sayram Al-Hassan is the member of parliament for Ayawaso West Wogon. Dakua Newman, Okaikwe South MP. So these are the members of parliament in the Greater Accra region who are going unopposed. Moving on to the Ashanti region, Dr. John Ampontuakuma is the member of parliament for Ejuso constituency, and Isaac Yao Opoku of Fenso South, member of parliament, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum Bosomche MP, Alex Blankson Ekrofuom MP, and Dr. Nana Ayu Efriye is also the Efiduase member of parliament, and they are going unopposed. So this is with regards to the Ashanti region. What's the next region, producer? Now, Bono East, we only have one member of parliament who is going unopposed. He is the member of parliament for Techiman South constituency, Martin Kweku Ejay Mensa Kosa. In the Bono region as well, there's only one member of parliament going unopposed. He's in the person of Paul Akweku Chum Berima. He is the member of parliament for Doma East constituency. Paul Akweku Chum Berima, the member of parliament for Doma East constituency. Now we head to the central region. The central region, there are three members of parliament going unopposed. Dr. Festus Ewua Kofie, Upper Dentura East constituency. Dr. Festus Ewua Kofie, Upper Dentura East constituency. Reverend John Intim Fojo is a member of parliament for Ascent South constituency. Reverend John Intim Fojo is the member of parliament for Ascent South constituency. And finally, Alexander Kwamina Afenyo Markin, Almighty Alexander Kwamina Afenyo Markin, the member of parliament for Efutu constituency, is also going unopposed. Now in the eastern region, Honorable Michael Ochribefi is the member of parliament for New Joabin South. Honorable Michael Ochribefi is a member of parliament for New Joabin South constituency. Frederick Obin Adum is the member of parliament for Upper West Achim. Frederick Obin Adum is the member of parliament for Upper West Achim constituency. And finally, Dr. Brian Yawi Champon, Abetifi member of parliament, is also going unopposed. Dr. Brian Yawi Champon is the member of parliament for the Abetifi constituency. In the northern region, we have Honorable Thomas Mboba, Tatale Sanguli constituency. Honorable Thomas Mboba, Tatale Sanguli constituency. Also Al-Hassan Suleimana Tampuli, Honorable Al-Hassan Suleimana Tampuli Gushegu, member of parliament. Alhaji Idrisu Habib SB, member of parliament for Tonon constituency, and Muhammad Amin Adam is also the member of parliament for Karaga constituency. So in the northern region, these are the members of parliament for the New Patriotic Party who are going unopposed. And so come 27th primaries, they are out. They are not part of. Okay, so Savannah region, Samuel Abu Jinapo, Honorable Samuel Abu Jinapo Damango. He is the member of parliament for Damango constituency. He is going unopposed. Savannah region. We only have, okay, so Upper West region. So these are the members of parliament in the Upper West constituency who are going unopposed as well. These are the members of parliament for the Upper West constituency who are going unopposed. Okay. Okay, so Western North. Alex Tete Joe Nobua, a Contombra Member of Parliament, Alex Tete Joe Nobua, a Contombra Member of Parliament. He is going unopposed. Going unopposed come 27th January elections, parliamentary elections. Delegates are going to the polls. NPP delegates are going to the polls to elect their members of parliament to represent the party come 2024 general elections. We've been joined in on phone. We've been joined via phone by Honorable Titus Bewa S. Okay, Honorable Titus, Dr. Titus Bewa is the NDC parliamentary candidate for the Lambusi constituency. Honorable, good evening and thank you so much for joining us.
Hello.
Honorable, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, is it clear now, Honorable?
Yes, yeah, you are, it's a bit faint, but I can try.
All right, let me also try. I'm also trying. Honorable, is it okay now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Honorable, how prepared are you in facing Dr. Bright Baligi, who is your main contender, especially for the fact that he is going unopposed?
Well, I'll congratulate him for going unopposed. We are ready for the battle, and I am confident and optimistic that the good people of Lambuse will hand over the mandate to me and to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama come the election on the 7th of January. He's going unopposed. Does not affect us in any way. We are battle ready, and it doesn't matter who comes. But once his people have decided that he should come unopposed, we are ready for him.
All right, Honorable. Now, do you think that, you have worked tirelessly to win the love and interest of your people, that they should vote for you come 2024 general elections, December actually?
Well, first of all, he is the incumbent, and therefore I see myself as someone coming in an underdog because he's the incumbent. But I am confident that we are taking this because the people of Lambuse love their party, and that is the National Democratic Congress. Besides that, I have worked in this constituency for a very long time, even though I'm not their elected representative. In my private capacity, I have led medical outreaches there. We are the first set of people to perform any surgery in the entire district. We supply medical equipment. We have assisted people in school. We have helped in diverse ways, renovated facilities, health facilities to help. So I think all this is evident. But we are also not coming in vacuum. I'm coming on the backdrop of very great MPs from the NDC fraternity that have led Lambuse. Of recent is Honorable Edward Derry, and the track record of the NDC in Lambuse is well known. In terms of educational institutions, the E-block that were built by the elsewhere Mahama administration, Lambuse benefited from one. If it comes to health facilities, several chief compounds are dotted around. And in the 4 years that we've handed over the place to NPP, even though they are in government, they have done very little adding to infrastructure there. In terms of education, we cannot see of any new facility they have added, health-wise, same. The only thing that's coming up there is Agenda 111, which we are grateful to the government for, but that is not sufficient for the people of Lambuse to retain the new patriotic party. And the general hardship of this country, Lambuse is not exempt, and they have tasted the kind of leadership that NPP offers, and they are determined to come back to to their first love, which is the NDC. And I'm very confident that on the basis of all of this and the kind of candidate that I am, their servant who has worked with them, one of the lead advocates for the district, the good people of Lambuse, chiefs and elders, will repose that confidence in the NDC again come December 7th.
All right. Now, Honorable, I am very well acquainted with most of the, or 70% of the constituencies in this country. I mean, I've been touring the whole of the country due to the kind of job I'm doing in Constituency Connect, where we get to the grassroots and speak to the people. Now, the youth of Lambusi talks about youth unemployment. Of course, it's a major problem across the country. What are your plans? How do you intend to curb this worrying situation of youth unemployment when given the nod to represent the constituency come December 2024?
The unemployment in Lambuse is a very disturbing one. In fact, nationwide, unemployment is a major problem. In Lambuse in particular, it's troubling. And you need to understand the dynamics in Lambuse. 80% of our population are into agric. Lambuse is perhaps the only district without any post-secondary tertiary education at all in the district. All we have is a secondary school, 3 of them. There's no functioning factory, industry in Lambuse to give the youth any job. Even those who are into agric, they have only one farming season, and when it is done, the whole place is dry, and they have to come to the southern part of the country to work on other people's farms. These people are desirous to work, but there is nothing to give to them. So one of the things that we are looking at is, can we try to bring irrigation systems and form the youth into groups, get mechanized boreholes that will allow them to farm throughout the year. They can go into vegetable farming, they can form groups, and this can immediately generate some employment, and these youths don't have to leave the place. The other one is advocacy to attract industries to Lambuse. We do a lot of farming, as I have mentioned. We don't have any industrial establishment to process any of the things we harvest there. If we can advocate, the chiefs are willing to provide land. If we can get anybody come establish commercially viable businesses there, the youth can be engaged. If you are establishing a business that you are going to export to the neighboring countries like Burkina Faso, then it's even easier for you because we are very close to the border. Yet none of these exist. So everybody there is looking for white-collar jobs. Yes, we will try to lobby to get white-collar jobs for as many people, but I believe we need to empower the youth. Lambuse deserves at least one post-secondary educational institution, be it an agric college, a TVET institution, or a training college. Any of these can also open up jobs in the place for the people. We need to find a way of preventing the migration of the youth every year. As we speak, in about after Christmas, by the 15th, late 16th, by 20th, there are about more than half of the youth. You won't find them again. They are all gone coming down south. The few you find them sitting under huts, not because they don't want to work, but the work is not available. So we need to find a way that is sensitive to the weather that we have there. And the 24-hour economy promised by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is one key activity that the people of Lambuse are looking forward to. If we are going to provide additional security and therefore we will increase the intake into the security services, why not Lambuse? They will have an able representative in me who will advocate to make sure that our youth are also employed in these agencies. Because when we have 24-hour economy, we need to increase the police force, we need to increase immigration, fire service, and once we increase the intake in all these areas, Lambuse will get its fair share. And if we can provide industries that can also work around the clock and people can run shifts, Lambuse will also benefit. So I know that the people are in sync with that call by His Excellency to bring in this 24-hour economy. The youth in Lambuse participated in NAPCO. They are all back home now. They took part in some YEA programs. They are all back home now. So these are not sustainable. We need to find sustainable jobs. And that means providing proper education for the youth, providing opportunities for farming around the clock, and creating industries that can engage the youth there. And these are some of the things that I hope my advocacy and lobbying skills would help bring to the people of Lambuse.
All right, Honorable, now finally, because of time, before I let you go, now the Lambuse constituency was once a stronghold for the NDC. What do you think caused the defeat of the party in the constituency in the last elections? And are you battle ready for 2024? Are you ready to snatch the seat back?
Yeah, I think Lambuse remains a strong NDC constituency. Even when we lost the seat, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama got 71% of the votes. So it should tell you that the people love their NDC. We had some few internal problems that the people were not happy with us, and they thought we should go home and put ourselves in order and come back with a parliamentary bid. And it's the reason why I am in now as a new candidate. Our previous candidate had MP had done his best for 8 years. People appreciated what he had done. Others had issues with it. As it is, when people feel the time is up and they want a new face, we have to respect their decision. So that clarion call has been on me for years, but I didn't see any need to contest my senior brother while he was a sitting MP, and I know he was doing his very best for the constituency. But when the people said no, we do not want him anymore, then I had to come in, and I went into the contest with him, and the results showed that the people had confidence that they needed a new person like me to come and take back the reins of power for Lambuse. And the results in our primary election demonstrated that. And so we are battle ready. We have prepared ourselves for this contest, and I'm very, very, very sure that we will snatch this seat back. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is certainly winning back Lambuse again with over 80% of the vote, and I am going to win massively as well. We will get an overwhelming endorsement so we can serve the good people of Lambuse. We created that district, and we are there to serve it.
Right, Doc, before I let you go, now the country heads to the polls come December to elect members of parliament and the presidential candidates or presidents and vice presidents as well. Honorable, what message are you conveying to constituents of Lambuse?
So I think my message to the people of Lambuse is that we have had elections several times in this country. We in Lambuse, we are one people. We are united. If you follow the electoral process, we've never had any disturbances in terms of our security during elections. So we expect yet another very peaceful conduct of the elections in Lambuse. People should feel free to come out and express their choices in selecting their leaders, and we will respect their choice. No one should be intimidated. They should come out in their numbers and vote. And after voting, stay to see the results declared. But it should all be peaceful. As we go into active politics of campaigning from village to village, from hamlet to hamlet, it should be in the spirit of love and brotherliness. We are all related in one way or the other. And it's just a matter of selecting one of our brothers or sisters to lead us and to advocate for us. So go make your choice. There's no need to fight. There's no need to argue. There's no need to harm anybody. Let's have it very peacefully and let Lambuse show the way again. But I want to use this opportunity to tell the Electoral Commission, rather, that their decision to do away with the indelible ink is one that we do not welcome in Lambuse. This district level election, we have several instances where the biometric device failed. We experienced the harshest weather environment in Ghana. We are close to Burkina Faso. We border Burkina Faso. And in previous years, people have come very dry hands, dry fingers, and when they try, the machine fails to verify them. People have been told to go wash their hands, go do this, go do that, wash with Coke, Fanta, before they are able to be verified. In view of this, the EC should be cautious and allow the indelible ink to still be used. If we have double verification, verification with the BVD and the manual verification with the indelible ink, it spoils nothing. So for the maintenance of peace, we plead with the EC. They should not make any changes that lends credence to the suspicion that they intend to help either of the parties rig this election. They should let us have a very peaceful election and let everybody be satisfied with the result that is declared so that we'll move on to develop this nation.
Thank you, Dr. Titus Abeyo. Thank you so much. We do appreciate. We'll be calling you in the studio to expand the conversation. Thank you so much for your time. All right, we've been in conversation with Dr. Titus Abeyo. Abeyo is the NDC's parliamentary candidate representing the Lambusi constituency. His main contender is Bright Baligi, and so he's been telling us about his plans, vision, and mission for constituents of the Lambusi. That's how we draw curtains on tonight here on Constituency Connect on Pan-African Television. Let me say a big thanks to you for choosing to stay with us. I'm very sorry that I'm unable to do your text messages as well. So I do apologize. Catch us same time next week, Tuesday, from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Now, my beautiful dress outfit is by Afri-Cloth, and we are located at Dome Pillar 2, opposite Bremerland Paradise Hotel. They made this beautiful dress for me. Thank you so much. I'll catch you same time today. Let me remind you that if you're just tuning in, you can go back on Facebook and watch us and on YouTube as well at Pan-African Television. We've been talking about the Anyasotium constituency, where earlier the Member of Parliament for the constituency, Dr. Aduma Kukisi Dexton, had a conversation with us. Thank you. My name, Ivy Abnadi Nakite. Have a lovely evening and do enjoy the rest of our programs. Good evening.